All right, so we learned karate. We're doing our basic punches, our basic blocks, our kata, all of that. Fantastic. What the hell is it for? Okay. Well, you need to think about that. And karate wasn't designed just to stand in one spot and punch the air. It was designed for people to protect themselves. It was designed for the average person to build some skills to protect themselves from what one karate master, I can't remember who he was, said, protect yourself from a ruffian, which would mean someone just trying to do you harm. Not necessarily a trained fighter, but someone out in the street who might want to threaten you or hit you to steal your wallet or your phone or whatever it might be. They didn't have phones back then, but you get my point. So what I want to do in this little Kumite class sequence is I'm going to give you snippets from training sessions and things as well, but I'll also do a couple little technique breakdowns, and I will pull those from the kata themselves so that we can see the link between the kata training and the Kumite, the sparring training, and how to throw punches and defend yourself. Okay, because the formal kata is great, but we need to be able to loosen that up, and we need to be able to adapt that in order to defend ourselves if we need to. So I'm going to look, lesson number 1 here, it's going to look straight at the very first movement in our very first kata. Gekisara ichi. So, Gekisara ichi, step, block or parry, cover and strike, or cover and block. And the next count is to step and strike. Now, that's just making a pattern. That doesn't necessarily mean, although you can, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how you have to fight. You have to vary that, adapt that, depending on what's going on in the situation. If you go into the kata bunkai section of the course, you'll see the breakdowns of how to use that from a close range. And Goju-Ryu, all the applications of the kata are really designed for a close range combat. Someone's got hold of you, they've got their hand on you, hands on you at some point, and you're going to defend yourself from there. We step back a little bit and we create a bit of distance, and now we have to cover distance to fight or to defend ourselves, something coming at us or us going towards an opponent. And the techniques aren't quite as good as when someone's got hold of you, but they can be adapted. So how we're going to move that little section, 1, 2, into some fighting techniques is we'll break it down nice and simple, and we'll do a few different variations of them. So you can start with whichever leg back you feel more comfortable with. You know, some people have their left leg back, some people have their right leg back. I encourage you to train both sides of your body. So when you're doing these little drills at home, I want you to train maybe 5 on one side, change feet, and train the other side of the body as well. Okay, it's very important to do that. Kata does it. We go one way and then we go the other way. It's helping us build our coordination. So I'll start with my right foot back and my arms in my guard position. People have all different sorts of way they like to hold their guard. I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to show you the way I like to do it, okay? I like to have my elbows in front of my ribs to protect things from getting in around here. My hands are roughly about my shoulder height so that I can cover up or down just by opening my hands. I've got more distance. All right, so they're not too low, they're not out too far, they're not tucked right in, they're definitely not too wide. They're just here, nice and easy. So to start with, first little combo for you, for Kumite. Over your lead leg, imagine an attack is coming. Boom, a jab or someone swinging. Just cover. Roll the arm up. Boom. Body weight behind it, not just your hand. You want to be loose, have some body weight, move behind that arm. Very similar to the kata now. If we imagine we've hit, a person's retreated a little bit, we will follow and attack. And we don't leave it out there, we pull it back to our guard position. All right, so the reset, I would block or cover. This could be a cover. I block and strike and reset. Block, strike, reset. Lock, strike, reset. Again, just to show you what to do, change feet, try the other side. So when you're doing the rest of them, just pause the video, change feet and go the other side. So this side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. From here, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Okay, so staying at the right side now. Now we can change angle. Angles are really important. If we're fighting a straight line, quite predictable. As soon as we start to change angles a little bit, it's harder for our opponent to see things, and we can also hit more points that can hurt. So if we imagine that a similar punch comes towards us, we just move our back foot around, and if we look at the way the kata does it, I'll try and do it on an angle so you can see. So if I started here, I would step and then pivot my body. So the principle of that is saying to get off the line of the attack that's coming. So the next phase of what we just did, instead of going just from here holding our ground, is I just change the angle a little bit. So the kata, my right foot steps and I pivot. When I do my kumite technique, my right foot moves and I pivot. So I come around to the outside and I don't really need to do too much with this hand either. So I can literally just cover and now attack from there or step through an attack. It really doesn't matter. So this time I'll just punch on the spot because my opponent's got close to me. So it'd be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And obviously the quicker you put those together, the more effective it will be. 1, 2. Good, okay, and then you can obviously change feet, try that on the other side. Same thing can work going back. This position, back, punch, or punch. You can change the block this way, this way, this way. It doesn't really matter. You just think. The thing about training online is you're not going to have somebody with you. We practice these with partners when we're training. You might not have someone that you can get to throw a punch at you for you to defend from. If you do, fantastic. If you've got a friend that wants to learn as well, that's a good idea. Maybe they can join the program too, and then you can meet on the weekends and train together. You could try that. And one person could throw the punch and you can defend against it. All right, so that's the first Kumite technique. It's really, really basic, but that should keep you going for a little while.